Testing. How's everybody doing today? Welcome back to another review. This time we are reviewing Spider-Man 2. I'm actually reviewing this right after I just got done beating the game, so everything's in my mind still fresh and everything. And I wrote like a quick review, but I'm going to talk about it more. I think the review I did, even for being quickly, actually did pretty well. So again, as always, my notes on one screen, so if I keep looking over, I'm just because I'm reading. So apologies for that. And yeah, let's get into it. So Spider-Man 2 for the PS5. I'm actually kind of disappointed with this game. Before I talk about anything else, I am giving it a higher score, but I think in my personal opinion it's disappointing. I'll get into that. So first things first, story. This is directly off of the PS5 PlayStation.com. So story of Spider-Man, Peter Parker, and Miles Morales, Spider-Man, return for an exciting new adventure in the critically acclaimed Marvel Spider-Man franchise for the PS5. Wing jump and utilize the new web wings to travel across Marvel's New York, quickly switching between Peter Parker and Miles Morales to experience different stories and epic new powers as the iconic villain Venom threatens to destroy their lives, their city, and the ones they love. So here's my thoughts. Before I go on, this will be a spoiler review. With all the other reviews I've done so far, I try to keep them not spoiler free. This one's I gotta talk about it. So my thoughts. So this game, there are two main villains. First one is Kraven, and then the second one is Venom. In my opinion, I think Kraven is very well done. They definitely made him way more better than what I originally had thought of him as just this weird hunter guy. But yeah, in this game, he is not somebody to be trifled with. He actually kills like I want to say a good chunk of the villains from the first game. I don't know about a good chunk. I think it's like 3 or 4. On screen, he actually kills Scorpion in front of us. It's on screen and off screen. It's you find out that he actually killed Shocker, Vulture, and apparently recently, I guess there's like a video of some guy that went off bounds and found out that Rhino was actually killed off screen as well. So I think the only one, at least maybe I'm wrong on this one, I just didn't see it. Apparently Electro's still alive. They do introduce a couple new villains, not new, but new to the game. So we have Mysterio, who's now a good guy. They did introduce Chameleon, but they haven't done anything so far with him. Apparently he's Kraven's brother. I don't know if that's the thing in the comics, but in the third, they haven't given him a name, and I don't have any footage of him because I did all of the missions off screen, which were the flame missions. But there's this group that are all about flames or whatever, and the leader, which is his name is the Flame. I'm assuming it's Cletus Cassidy because this dude is crazy. And towards the end of the storyline for that part of the game, he actually does get his hands on the symbiote, and it does turn red. So it's clearly Carnage. I just don't know if this is actually going to be Cletus or they're going to introduce a whole new character, but they're saving him for the third game. I'm assuming. So there's those 3. I think that's it. But yeah, so where are we at now? Yeah, so Kraven is the main villain for the majority of the game, and I mean a good chunk of the game. And when you get to his final boss fight, the game keeps, up until this point, the game just keeps going up and up and up and up and up, and then his boss battle happens and the game just, I don't want to say plummets, it's just they've dropped the ball at this point. So besides, before I get into too much, you do get the black suit in this game. That's actually another part of my issue with this game. In my opinion, I think you get the black suit way too late in the game. By the time you do get the suit, you're already, from what I've looked up and done, the little bit of research I've done, apparently you're already in like middle game, and for me personally, I think that's way too late. I think they should have given Peter the symbiote suit earlier in the game. Just my opinion, you might disagree with that. And the suit, it's cool. It's just disappointing how it was handled. You get it, in my opinion, you get it way too late in the game. There's not enough abilities they let you have in the game with the suit, and then you also get it taken away way too quickly as well. And the whole thing with Kraven at the end, that's when you get your suit taken away as well, and the game just drops the ball on this. So this is where my main issue is. It's actually the end of the game. So when you lose a black suit, Venom appears. I won't go too much, but Venom he appears, and this is a new take on Venom, so I'm not gonna be too harsh on Insomniac for this one. I think I've been too harsh anyway. Yeah, I think it's weird because I kept promoting Venom with this game, that it's Venom, black suit, Venom. He appears, when he gets on screen in the game, it's so late into the game, it's already your end game at the point when Venom appears, which boggles my mind. Because I mean, let's be real. I know the reason why they get marketing with Venom. It's Venom. He's a big seller. I know that. I understand that, but it's weird that the whole game's based around Venom, and when we get him on screen, it's so late in the game. I don't know. To me, it just doesn't make sense. And I'll go on the whole game. I'll go on the storyline. I'll just say now. I think this game would have benefited immensely with a longer storyline. I think with Insomniac making the storyline as long as the first game, I think it's hurting this game. I think it definitely hurt the game. So you might be wondering, well, why? So when Venom gets on screen, they do a very shoddy version of the Web of Shadows storyline, the game Web of Shadows. My issue with that is, if you're going to do a Web of Shadows storyline, it needs to be the entire game, or at least make it longer than what we have. When we get it in this game, it's only, correct me if I'm wrong, it's like only like 5 to 6 story missions, and then that's it. It's all wrapped up at that point. Venom's defeated, the symbiote invasion is all done. It's all done. I think they should have extended the story. I don't want to say too long, but longer than what we got to really flesh out their version of Web of Shadows and Venom and everything. And yeah, I'm just thinking about it now, I'm just disappointed with the way it was handled. Again, I think it's way too short. I'll say it this way. When Venom gets introduced, afterwards, it all feels very rushed. I don't know if this was the original storyline for 2, or I don't know. I can't help but shake the feeling that this wasn't the original story for Spider-Man 2. I got a feeling like they were trying to save Venom for like a third game and make the third game all about Venom or whatever. I don't know. It feels very rushed to me. Very short. It doesn't. I don't know. It feels off to me. I'm just disappointed with it. It could have been done better, in my opinion. I'm just, I know a lot of people are saying the same thing. Also, with the shortness of the game, I'm seeing things online that people are writing that it's too quick to play into the game, and I do agree with that. So yeah, that's my issue with the story. It's just it does so well up until Kraven's defeated, and then you lose a black suit and Venom appears, and then it just goes by so fast. It feels rushed. It's too short. Definitely think they needed to extend the storyline longer than what we got to, like I said, for like 50th time, flesh out their version of Web of Shadows or storyline or whatever, and also to let Peter have the symbiote suit longer than what we have. So there's that. I will also want to go on the symbiote suit itself, more or less the story with Peter. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody does. I always thought this symbiote suit, or I guess I would say thought, that the symbiote suit was supposed to represent Peter in like his darkest time, Peter at his weakest, and I don't get that in this game. This game doesn't feel very dark as I feel like they were trying to market it as. Yeah, like Peter is still dealing with the loss of Aunt May, and he can't find a job, but I don't know how to word that. I don't think they did very well at trying to show that Peter was at his lowest. The whole game, it feels like Peter from the first game. I don't know. It just feels off to me. It was, I don't know. I think I'll just say, I think they could have did a lot better with exploring Peter at his weakness and actually showing that, because playing the game, I'm not seeing that at all with Peter. I'm not seeing that he's at his weakest. I'm not seeing that he's at a low point of his life. I don't see it. I don't know. I think this game would have been benefited also immensely if they would have took this game a more darker route, a more mature, written and darker route. I think this would have benefited more because it's, in my opinion, I don't think it is. I think it's on the same length, story-wise. I think it's the same as like Spider-Man 1. It's not dark. I don't know. So there's that. What else? Also, the whole thing with Peter towards the end. I don't know if there's some sort of bias against Peter at Insomniac, but towards the end of the game, like it feels like they did whatever they could to sideline Peter in this game to make Miles look like the bigger guy here. If that's what, I don't know what that's what they were trying to go for. I don't know if there's some biased against Peter. I don't know. From when I was playing, it seems that they were trying to do whatever they could to make Peter look like he was clueless, or he just wasn't paying attention, or just trying to sideline him throughout the game to make Miles look like the bigger guy, the more mature person. And I don't know, it felt off to me. Also, they do give Peter the anti-venom suit, and it's weird because Peter felt more powerful with the black suit than he did with the anti-venom suit, and as far as I know, the anti-venom suit is the exact same. It's just you're not getting controlled by venom, and they actually make Peter seem weaker with the anti-venom suit than what he did with the symbiote suit. Like I said, the whole point when they introduce venom, it's just it all just feels off. It feels rushed. They dropped the ball, in my opinion, on this one. Yeah, it's weird to me. Yeah, I think that's it for story, honestly, my thoughts. So the next part would be graphics. It looks good. It's good. There's, there's two options. There's fidelity and there's performance. I chose performance, which gives you a solid 60. And I don't think it has like ray tracing on everything. And I guess some of the hairs on the game don't look as nice as on Fidelity. Fidelity also gives you 30 frames, but everything's like on pretty much max. Other than that, it's fine. The only thing I've encountered was, and I think this will actually go into the bugs and glitches, the game doesn't have like a steady 60 like throughout the game. I could definitely tell it lowers itself, and then it'll go back up to 60. Besides that, I actually haven't. No, there is one glitch. I had like this weird glitch that throughout the game, and I believe it only happened like 2 or 3 times. It would go to like a point in the game where it would tell me to activate an ability, and my character just wouldn't do that. The game it wouldn't freeze. It's just none of the buttons were working. I had to recheck the checkpoint to the last checkpoint, and then it would work. So other than that, it's fine. I didn't actually experience any bugs, but from what I've gathered on seeing videos on YouTube, a lot of people have been experiencing bugs and crashes. Thank God I haven't. Before I go on, I want to talk about the suits. The last thing I want to talk about is the final score and thoughts, but you know what? Let's move me to final thoughts and score. So final thoughts. It's a good game. This game is a good game. It just, right until the venom, it feels like they dropped the ball and everything just feels very rushed, very done as quickly as possible. The storyline, in my opinion, could have been extended longer than what we had, so they could have delved more to the whole Web of Shadows thing, the black suit and venom. Also, this venom is based off of the comics, the newer comics with the King in Black comics, I should say, with Null and everything. Like I was going to go some. Yeah, good game. I'm not going to repeat what I just said, but I want to go over the suits. There's over 78, maybe I'm wrong. There's a lot of suits in this game. I'm not the biggest fan of what they did with this one, so in the first game, when you unlocked a new suit, you had an ability that came with that suit. So, one thing I can, like, you got the Stark suit, and that gave you the little bro ability that a little spider would come out and start shooting all the enemies. And then you had like Spider Punk that, you would drop down and start playing a guitar and like blast all the enemies back. That's not here no more. You don't get no abilities from suits or suit abilities. What they do is they give you these different there's suits, but you have 3 different variations of the suits and the different colors, and I'm not the biggest fan of that. Like, all the variations of the outfits I don't care for. I don't find any of them cool looking. The only ones I find cool, I think there's like 2 that I actually liked. I don't care for. I hope when the next game comes out, they go back to the first game where you have suits, but there's no color variations. It's just you have the suits and then you have the suit abilities that you can unlock. I don't care for the variations. So there's one. The other issue is you have the symbiotes in this game. There's more black suits for Miles, or symbiote suits for Miles, than there is for Peter. Peter, you get the black suit, in-game black suit, and then once that gets taken away, it gets taken away from you, and then it gets replaced with the anti-venom suit. You have the Raimi black suit, and then you have the original black suit, which is actually that's one of the suits I actually care for the variations, because it has the black suit, it has a purple looking black suit from the Ultimate Spider-Man, and then it has the white and black anti-venom suit, and then it has an actual like the 80s or 90s they made a Spider-Man where Venom had like the one side of him was blue and the other one was red. That's pretty cool. That was actually one of the suits I actually really liked all the variations of. But yeah, those 4 are the only symbiote suits for Peter. There's Miles gets the King of Black suit. He gets maybe Peter does actually have more. No, I don't think he does, because you get the black suit taken away and then it gets replaced with the anti-venom suit, and then you have Raimi and then the original, and then Miles gets the King of Black suit, the Carnage suit, and then there's another suit. So he might get them about the same or like one more. I just find it weird that, I guess what I'm trying to say is Miles has the better looking symbiote suits than what Peter has. I like the original black suit, and the Raimi suit, but I just thought there'd be more black suits that they would do for Peter. I just found that weird. And also, I'm not the biggest fan of the anti-venom suit for Peter. I think they could have went for like a different design. I just don't care for it. So yeah, I think that's it. If anything, a final score, I'm gonna give this a 8 out of 10. Like I said, it's a solid game. I don't think I'm gonna be able to go back to play the original or the remastered version of Spider-Man Miles Morales, because this game doesn't really introduce a lot. It just improves on what was already there, and they added the web wings, and they made traversal actually a lot quicker and faster this time around. So it is going to be hard to go back and play the first one. And I think, like I said, I just think they fumbled with the black suit. They fumbled with the Venom storyline. In the end of the game, it's all fumbled. Yeah, they did actually introduce in the ending. Norman is going to get the G serum. So there's that Goblin. I'm wondering if they're going to do a Red Goblin storyline with him. And then at the very end, Miles' mother is actually dating a new guy, which turns out to be the father of, I forgot what her real name is, but it's Silk. So they're going to introduce Silk, and also Peter at the very end is taking a break, which doesn't, I don't, like, I understand Peter has like the whole like balancing Peter and Spider-Man, but in this game at the very end, he's letting Miles be Spider-Man while he's taking a break. I don't care. I don't like that. I really don't. Like I said, I really feel like they're trying to do whatever they can, make Miles the main character and sideline Peter for whatever reason. I don't know. Whatever. I guess we'll find out more in the next Spider-Man game, or I'm assuming there'll probably be another spin-off like Miles Morales, either, which could be, because I got a feeling they're going to introduce, so yeah. So either we'll get a spin-off of Silk, or we'll get a spin-off of Venom, which I know a lot of people are wanting, so kind of disappointed in this one. I definitely do think it could be bumped up with good written DLCs. 8 out of 10 good game, they just fumbled quite a bit with this one. So I am kind of disappointed. I do like the game. I am waiting. I will gladly play it again once New Game Plus comes out. I do hope they add some features, like I want to be able to, I hope they let us keep the black suit as an actual, just a playable suit instead of taking it away. Yeah, there definitely could be improvements to the game and good DLCs. I think this could get bumped up to a 9. I don't think it's a 10 out of 10 for me. But yeah, with all that being said, thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next review, which probably be AC Mirage, because I still haven't read that one yet. That one's going to be a short one. So yeah, I will see all of you guys later. Toodles.